Shane Dawson has launched a makeup channel. Tanner and Jake are taking a break. That rhymes. Geoffrey Star has cancelled his tour. And of course, it's a return of YouTuber Watch for 2020. Who will it be this year? All this, plus it's the year of the rats at the end of January. Calm down, it's not yet. On this week's edition of YouTuber News. Hosted by me, Benedict Townsend, brought to you by PopBuzz. The only website that's always looking to innovate, adapt, cast aside the old, bring in the new. So all those jokes that I was doing last year about running for president and love the rat and all that stuff, we're not doing that anymore. We're doing new, oh God, please, no, come back, we'll do them. We'll do all the old jokes, we'll do all the bad jokes you like, please. This chair's a bit high. Perfect. Our first story, Shane Dawson has launched a makeup channel. Yes, now Shane Dawson hasn't posted about makeup on social media for a good while, leading to fans accusing him of jumping on the old beauty bandwagon just to make a bit of money. One fan said, quote, Shane Dawson sold us this lie that he was into makeup now and a beauty guru to get his palette to sell, but I don't think I have seen a single makeup look from him since his palette sold out. Just saying. Spicy, sis. Oh, I can't believe I'm doing this for another year. Now, much like an unenthusiastic cha-cha slide participant, Shane is not one to clap back. But he made an exception on this occasion. Because everybody clap your hands, but they're like, no thanks. He took to Twitter and said, quote, I play with makeup almost daily. Which feels creepy, that sentence, I don't know why. I just don't post about it because I'm not in the mood to post. After a series, I tend to gain weight, spiral, and hibernate for a couple of months. Currently in that phase, haha. Shane then took things one step further to prove that he is indeed still a makeup lad, and he made a brand new channel called Shane Glosson. Now, this is an example of a phenomenon where it's a joke, a pun that only works when you have an American accent. Because if I say Shane Glosson, you're like, eh? But if you say Shane Glosson, you go, oh, because it sounds like Dawson. Still not the strongest, but can see what he was going for. The channel currently only has one video just entitled Test, which shows Shane riding down a sled on a snow-covered slope. So if that isn't makeup, I don't know what is. Shane also tantalized fans by saying that he may drop deleted scenes from his last series on his second channel. Now, the most intriguing part of that statement is the implication that he deleted literally anything from that series, where every episode was 6 hours long, while apparently something was cut, so Christ knows what that was. Our second story. As a kid, you read about love in storybooks. True romance, Cinderella and the Prince, Peter Pan and those boys. And you think, when I grow up, there'll be love in the world and love never ends. And you see a couple like Tana and Jake, and you think there are two adults making a sensible decision to be in love forever and that will never end. And then they just come along and they just throw it in your face. Anyway, Tana and Jake broke up. Yes, they got married back in July, although not legally. Oh, what marriage is some kind of contract now, what, between two people, or, you know. Yeah, got nothing else. In an extravagant ceremony which reportedly cost 500,000 of your human dollars. Now, Tana, who's been dating Jake since April 2019, she announced on Instagram in a lengthy caption that I have a nasty feeling I might have to read, that she and her husband will no longer be together. Tana wrote, okay, I don't really know how to do a we're taking a break post, and this is weird as F. I'm happy to still be able to sit with Jake and laugh as we do this, but for right now, we are both taking a break to focus on our own very crazy lives. And just... I love you, Jakey. Thank you for this past year. Which is interesting because they've been together since April. Jake commented, "Love you" on the post, like some kind of talking dog, and then shared his own post where he says, as Tana and I sit next to each other writing captions about taking a break, we're literally laughing at how crazy and stupid the past couple months have been and cracking jokes at how silly this all seems. Hold on, sitting around laughing at their relationship? That's my job. What next? You gonna come along and start doing rat jokes? Stay in your lane, Jake. I don't go around fighting KSI, I go around talking to KSI, and my interview with KSI is on YouTube still, if you haven't seen it. Great video, it's on the YouTuber News YouTube channel, so he was a nice boy. Talked about punching. I will say though, and this is maybe me weighing in a bit too much, as clouty and fake as this whole marriage does seem, Tana does seem genuinely quite sad. Like, when she's been talking about this marriage over the last few months, it does seem like she was quite invested in it. Maybe not for forever, But she does seem quite hurt that it hasn't really worked out and that Jake hasn't been the most faithful. And she does seem a lot more cut up than him that it hasn't worked. So all I'm saying is, I'm sorry to Tana. I'm sure you'll find someone else. There must be someone out there who would make a better husband than Jake Paul. 7 billion people, I know it's impossible to think of, but there must be someone who could be a more sensible husband than everyday bro himself, Jackery Paul. And maybe he's right here. Next up, we've got a story about Geoffrey Star, but before that, I need your help with something. Now, I've been talking very much about this 2020 election for a while, how I'm running to be president, and you've all been very supportive and definitely not been saying that you're going to vote for the rat. But finally, we have a vote upon us, a vote that we can actually affect. You see, the YouTuber News podcast, if you didn't know, this show has a podcast, the YouTuber News podcast has been nominated for Best Podcast at the Global Awards, which are some very swanky media awards here in the UK. And you can vote right now at this website for YouTuber News. And the best part is, it's fan voted. So we could actually win this, and you can vote 5 times per email address. So make sure to just vote 5 times on your email address, and make sure not to definitely use another email address to vote another 5 times. And definitely do not continue to make fake email addresses and keep voting with them as well. We're up against some huge podcasts, some really popular ones. So we are in many ways the little scrappy underdog, woof woof. But I think we could really win this because the YouTuber News community, as far as I know it, is absolutely nuts and full of great people who love rats. So let's win this for YouTuber News. But also, this little guy, whose real name is... Our third story, Geoffrey Star has mysteriously cancelled his European tour. Yes, Geoffrey Star was supposed to do a 4-date masterclass tour with makeup artist Mitchell, but for, quote, unforeseen personal reasons, the tour has been canned. Should we go off screen to blame on it? Don't you dare. Why do you follow me? So where was this tour meant to go? Well, it was meant to kick off in Dublin in the Republic of Ireland on the 10th of January, and then it was meant to go to Amsterdam, Newcastle, and Liverpool. That classic European tour, Dublin, Amsterdam, Newcastle, Liverpool. It's known as the Daniel Tour because it's D-A-N-L.
That's not a good joke.
No, I was really proud of that. Now the tour organizer, Tatty Lashes. Well, if it isn't another tatty for another year. Tatty Lashes released a statement on their website announcing the news. It said, "It is with a heavy heart." Oh. Better stand up this thing. We must regretfully inform you that due to unforeseen personal reasons, Geoffrey Star is unable to travel to Europe to take part in the upcoming Geoffrey Star x Mitchell Masterclass Tour presented by Tatty Lashes. But good news, they also added, all tickets will be fully refunded into the account you made the purchase in, blah, 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 blah. We are so sorry for the disappointment which this must have caused. We are exploring the possibility of rescheduling the events with Geoffrey's team, and of course, you'll be the first to hear. Mitchell, his name is really Mitchell Halliday. He said he was heartbroken, but he just wanted Geoffrey to be, quote, happy again. Basically, we've had to cancel the masterclass tour with Geoffrey for now due to some unforeseen circumstances that can't really be helped on Geoffrey's side. He's just not able to come to the UK. So we don't know what these circumstances are. Hopefully nothing too bad. Our thoughts are with Geoffrey at this time. But it seems like that classic Dublin, Amsterdam, Newcastle, Liverpool, the Daniel Tour will not be taking place. This has just been on the... Great. It's bad news for all those fans, but good news that YouTubers have worked out how to refund tickets to a tour, something they've previously really struggled with, so that's encouraging to see. Now it's a brand new year, and it's time, as always, for a bit of a spring clean. January, of course, is the start of spring, and so it's time to clean out the old, in with the new. We've been doing YouTuber of the week, what is it called, YouTuber Watch, for so many weeks now, and it's like, ha, it's always Dan Howell, and like, I get so many comments from you people saying like, I don't like that segment, I don't even know who Dan Howell is, do something new. So I've decided to replace that segment with a more educational segment where I discuss climate issues for about 20 to 30 minutes. And I think this will be quite prudent, and oh, look at that, the Dan Howell Watch intro has already started. It's already started, okay, fine. Okay, I guess we're doing Dan. It's time for Dan Howell Watch. Welcome to Dan Howell Watch, I'm Mitchell. What's Dan been up to this week? Well, Dan actually went to a sock festival, isn't that funny? Dan woke up one day and he said, "Good morning world, it's me, Dan." Whoa. Good morning, everybody. It's me, Dan Howe. Oh, what's this? My voice is broken. After all these years, my voice has finally broken. Well, time to go to the sock festival. My, what a beautiful day for a sock festival, he said, looking around at the lashing rain and biting frost. He strolled into the park and there were lots of stalls. There was a big Ferris wheel where instead of little seats there were big socks you could sit in that would carry you around. Instead of bumper cars there were bumper socks, which is when everyone just gets in sleeping bags and just kind of wails on each other. And he was walking around and he was like, the one thing I would like to buy from this festival is probably going to be a pair of socks. When suddenly, over the din of the fair, he heard a familiar sound. My, that sounds familiar. And who should it be but the laughing lady? Ha ha ha, hello, she said. Well, hello, laughing lady. I haven't seen you since we both went to the North Pole that time after much cajoling of the audience. Oh yes, we had such a good time. We killed a man. That's true. We also said we'd never speak about it again. That's true, that's true. Hey, what's happened to your voice? I've noticed it's now quite distinct from mine. That's probably for the best. Yes, well, my voice broke this morning, unrelated to the sock festival. And so I'm a man now, and that's pretty good. Oh, that's great. Would you like to go and play pin the sock on the sock? No, I'd like to go. I'd like to go to the thing where there's a big pile of socks. What? Would you like to go to the shooting range where you just shoot guns? Yes, I would. So they tottered over to the shooting range where there were some BB guns that you could fire at cans. Ho ho ho! A laugh for good luck! So the laughing lady and Dan shot the can, but the little BB bullet bounced off the can and back at Dan and into his throat, rupturing his voice box. Ah! Oh no! Said Dan, my beautiful man voice. Ho ho ho! Said the laughing lady. Weirdly, a similar thing happened to me, but into my brain. That's why I can't stop laughing. Oh well, that's the end of me having a man's voice and also being able to do sentences properly. But at the end of the day, I do feel a bit more like myself. Come on, laughing lady, let's go to our respective homes. Sure thing, said laughing lady. Oh yeah, sure thing. And then that was the end of the story. What a terrible conclusion. This has been Dan How Watch. Now it's time, as always, for you to choose what happens next week. Does Dan go looking for gold in the Wild West, or does Dan diversify his stock portfolio? If you're on YouTube, you can click the little I to vote. And if you're on Snapchat, you can swipe up to vote. They're both great options. I can't wait to see which one you'll pick. I'm Benedict Townsend, and this has been YouTuber News, back for another year. Thank you so much for watching. If you're on a platform where you can hit like, please hit like, really helps us out. If you're watching on a platform where you can subscribe, please subscribe. On Snapchat, you can subscribe by swiping up. On YouTube, you can subscribe by clicking the subscribe button. Come on now, kids, try harder, it's pretty obvious. I'll be back next week with a brand new episode of YouTuber News. I'll be back on Tuesday with a brand new episode of the YouTuber News podcast, which is, let me remind you, nominated for a global award, and I believe that we can win this together. So go to that little website and vote for YouTuber News, the podcast. Please, please, please. It is my birthday at the beginning of February, and so it'd be the greatest birthday gift of all for me to win this award, even though the award show is in March, a month later. But let's not get tangled up with that. Have a great week.
Birthday month.
No one cares. Laughing Lady doesn't even have a body. She's just a disembodied voice. You don't get to have a birthday. I'll see you next week, folks.
Cornfish food.